Let's welcome in Brad Treliving, Toronto Maple Leafs general manager. Brad, thanks for doing this. I know it was a real busy day here, but your thoughts about the trades that you made, including Connor Dewar from Minnesota for a fourth. Just your overall thoughts today.
Well, thanks for having me on, guys. I would call it, Nick, sort of a usual trade deadline, day and leading up to it. Obviously, you saw lots of deals take place probably in the last couple of days leading up to the deadline. I don't know if it was that busy for us today. You kind of spent the weeks leading up to the deadline to, certain things that you may try to accomplish or trying to accomplish and have a good understanding of what you may or may not be able to get done. As far as the acquisition today of Connor Dewar, as we looked at our group here and identified some needs, at the end of the day, we had some needs, if you will, going into going into the deadline as we watched our team. And, the reality was we weren't going to be able to fill everything that we wanted to. And certainly in some cases whether it be, the things I always look at is you watch your team, you determine what your needs are. Then you look at it is what you need, available. What's the cost? What's the acquisition cost? And see, do you have the cost to get the acquisition done? So as we looked around, one of the things that we wanted to try to add to our group is add some depth at center, somebody who's defensively responsible, is a good penalty killer. One of the areas of our team right now is our penalty kill that needs to get better. We're not able to airlift a bunch of new penalty killers in. So number one, we've got to tighten things up from a structural standpoint. But B, if there's an area to tweak ourselves personnel-wise, it's an area we want to do. Connor's a guy that came in from a cost fit in terms of a cap hit, a real competitive player. A lot of people may not be familiar with him. Excellent penalty killer, has some flexibility in terms of positional utility, can play center, can play the wing. And like I said, he's got some grease to him. So we're excited to add him. It gives us some depth in the middle. Like I said, and the guy who's got a skill set in terms of penalty killing, defensively responsible. So glad to get him as part of the group here today.
Brad, how much is what you did here and what GMs generally do at the deadline reflective of your belief in the team going into the trade deadline? Like, you look at some top teams and you say, okay, they really believe in them. They're going to make the big swing here. On the other hand, I guess you could say that you believe so much in the team, you didn't want to make a big swing. How much does it reflect belief in team, what a GM does?
Oh, you're always watching. And what I say, Justin, is your team, you take your cues from your team. Now there's guys that, you just go back and look at teams that have won a Stanley Cup, and there's teams that have won a Stanley Cup that do very little at the trade deadline. There's been teams that won a cup that, have done things at the deadline. So, I think when you're trying to add and you're giving up assets to your team, you're trying to give yourself a better chance. Certainly your comfort level in giving up assets. Not only, I don't necessarily say it's not a reflection of a belief in your team, but you also look at where your situation is. What is your, in terms of future assets, what does your asset base look like, whether it be young prospects or picks and those types of things. So, certainly when the message I gave to our team leading up to the deadline is, I do believe in this group. Our plan is not to subtract if possible from the group, and we'd like to add to the group. And then you go from there, and there's got to be a fit and a match. And like I said, the things I talked about earlier in terms of a match from availability and then the ability to acquire those players. But certainly you always take your cues from your team and where they sit and before you address anything on the deadline.
We're talking to Brad Treliving, Toronto Maple Leaf general manager. Brad, I know last night you didn't get the results that you wanted against the Boston Bruins. I found it kind of interesting that after a very spirited game, at least in the physicality department, Boston went out and got Patrick Maroon. What did you learn about your team last night, and what did you learn about what it's going to take? Because we all think this is heading towards a round one matchup. I think 75% were the odds that you and the Boston Bruins will be their puck drop.
Yeah, I do think, Nick, you got to be careful of just, focusing on one team. Obviously, we look at I get handed odds and all sorts of numbers each day about, probabilities and whatnot. Listen, Boston's a real good team. They've been a real good team for a long time. They're playoff hardened. It was a good atmosphere in there last night. They were honoring the 2011 Stanley Cup team. There was lots of juice in the building. There's some real good things from last night, and obviously some areas that we got to clean up. I think, I liked the competitive nature of our team last night. If you're talking about things that I liked the competitive. I thought we were real competitive physically. I thought we were really engaged in the game. We made some critical errors. I disagree with the 5-on-3 call, but we were 30 some odd seconds from having it kill the penalty killed. We don't get it clear. It's in the back of our net. We turn a puck over. It's 2-0. We got ourselves back into the game at 2-1. We had some chances to tie it up. We have a real good chance to tie it up at 2-2. Puck comes down the other night, comes down the other way, 3-1. So, one of the big takeaways I take out of that game is, number one, we've got to make sure that we're emotionally invested, emotionally and physically. It's an area that we've really tried to push in our group since we've gotten here, is talking a lot about, the game within the game and the emotional and physical investment that's required at the most important time of the year. I think we were invested in that game, but also when you're playing a good team like Boston, they don't beat themselves. They don't make the critical errors. And when you look back, and the game is a game of errors, but we made critical errors that I thought they capitalized on. And those are areas you can't make it playoff time. You got to be careful. You got to be good with your discipline. Your special teams have to be good. You've got to toe that line in terms of making sure that you're disciplined, but that you've got to be ultra competitive. And so that's the lesson that's got to stay with us. We can't beat ourselves. We can't make critical errors that gives a real advantage to an experienced team like Boston. So, these next 19 games, number one, they're there. We've got to qualify for the playoffs. We've got to earn ourselves a position to be a playoff team. And we got to use these 19 games to get our game in a position where it can have success in the playoffs.
Brad, you guys added some muscle. Not that Duer's a big guy, but feisty fella. And you've a couple of D-men in that obviously, big, heavier type guys. How much can this, I guess you talk about physicality and competitiveness, and how much of it has to come from your core guys, from Matthews, from Marner, from Nylander, the guys who are on the ice the most for you in playoffs, and how much can you lean on the guys around them to be that sort of physical edge to help them through?
Well, to me, it's all of, you have to be physically and emotionally invested. It's not about running guys through the wall or anything like that, but you're fighting for every inch of ice when it comes to playoff time. And at the end of the day, you're always led by your top people. They have to lead the way for you. And that's just the way it is. And you look at playoff series, yes, age old adage is, your top guys sometimes saw off, and it's the depth that can push you through. And I totally agree with that. But in terms of leading the way, your top people have to do it. And, as I talked to our group, leading up to this deadline, is number one, I said, I believe in you. We're going to do what we can to add to this group. We're going to try to help ourselves and add pieces and not take pieces away. But at the end of the day, the answers are right here in this room right now, and they're the ones that have to really. They're the ones that are going to do the heavy lifting. You can have support around them, and we need to support them. But they're the top guys, and they're top. These aren't just good players; they're top players in the league. And they've gone through playoff success, and I haven't been, or I know they've gone through some playoff heartbreak here, and I haven't been here, but it's just those are each one that is another, just another opportunity to get better. And until you break through, everybody says you haven't broken through. The list is long of guys that that didn't get through till they finally got through. And so that's ultimately our big boys have got to lead us, and then the rest of the group has got to be there in lockstep to support them and do their job. This isn't, as I said on day one coming here, this isn't about 1, 2, or 3 or 4 guys and we just put everything on their shoulders. They've got to lead the way, and the rest of the group has got to be real good support and push and pull and make sure that they're doing everything to help support our top people, and that's just the way it's got to be. And I've got all the faith in the world in them. And like I said, we've added some reinforcements here, and I know our group's excited. They're excited about the challenge ahead.
We're excited as well as trade deadline's over and we get towards a Stanley Cup playoff. I know it's a long day for you, Brad, but we really appreciate you stopping by. Thanks for doing this.
Okay, thanks, fellas. Have a good night.
Thanks, you too.